Issue, grey hair, they say, is a reflection of wisdom. As such, when an elder speaks, there is a need to take heed. 92-year-old Elder Statesman Mbazulike Amaechi has urged Igbo youth to respect his age and stop wanton killings and destruction of property in the southeast. The Elder Statesman, who was the first Republic Minister of Aviation, made the appeal after a closed-door meeting with Governor David Umahi of Ebonyi State in Abakaliki. PKO, Yoruba proverb would say that an infant's head cannot be haphazardly placed where we have elders. What do you make of this appeal?
It's a timely one, and I can only urge the young men in the southeast, whether they are unknown gunmen or unknown murderers, to listen to this old man. People like Mbazulike do not have many years more to stay with us. It's been a privilege to even live beyond the age of 90 in Nigeria, where we know that life expectancy has gone down. Now, for this old man to be witnessing what he's witnessing today, it has been a matter of concern for him. And when he led the group of Igbo greats, as they were described, to the president 2 weeks ago, he told the president that he had some measure of influence over IPOB, because on a few occasions, that's the man, on a few occasions he had intervened when Nnamdi Kanu tried to organize some form of civil disobedience. He stepped in, and Nnamdi Kanu changed his mind. And we can also recall that, because he didn't mention specifics, but we could recall that many of us were apprehensive about the governorship election in Anambra State, because, again, IPOB instituted or came up with the idea of civil disobedience to coincide with the period of the election. We were all apprehensive. How would this thing go? Would there be an election? Somebody even went, a cleric even went as far as predicting that there will be no election. But at the last minute, almost at the last minute, IPOB was prevailed upon to withdraw that order. And it did what looked like the unthinkable. When in withdrawing that order, it appealed to Anambrarians to go out en masse and vote. That was very much unlike IPOB, because IPOB has always said no election unless there is a referendum in the southeast. So to come out and even urge people to go and vote was something that people did not expect. And it reinforces the hope that a lot of people have that dialogue can still prevail at the end of it all. So for this old man at his age to be fighting to achieve peace, to be fighting to restore the East to its old glory of peace and prosperity, I would expect young people who are losing their heads, killing people for fun, to listen to this old man and do what the old man has appealed to them to do. Unfortunately, just as we can see, this is no longer strictly an IPOB affair, because all kinds of groups, cultists, they've now taken over. It's more or less like what happened with EndSARS. When some brigands took over and then made the EndSARS agitation look like something extremely bad, you know?
Right.
So they've got to listen to him and give peace a chance.
Right. Let me take this to Tunde Abaton. Well, just like he said, there are different groups that have sprung up. Talk about IPOB, ESN, and it's just like this is a country where different insecurity, is really ravaging the entire country. Do you see these youths so amazing, so enthusiastic? They really want to, take things into their hand. Do you see them listening to this leader?
Well, I think when you really look at the attitude of the youth, especially their decision to suspend the boycott of the elections. It means that they have a particular goal, and that goal was based on the fact that they wanted fairness and justice in the society. Actually, they didn't want election, but now they know that you can only get peace by pursuing a path of peace. When you use violence to the extreme, you may not have the peace that you wanted. I want to believe that what the Elder Statesman have done is a recognition of the standing rules the youth can play in bringing about peace to that place. Number two, it's also a recognition of the fact that perhaps somewhere down the line, those people in government in Nigeria, because I believe the agitation started, yes, there have been too much violence in the southeast, and destruction of public property, and the very people that the youth are clamoring to protect. But the fact remains that government should see this one as a window to also draw the youth closer, like the governor of Lagos was trying to do, draw them closer. After all, they are not saying something that people have not been saying in Nigeria today. But they are taking to violence is an instance of apparent frustration with the system. Frustration that was held by the fact that most of them have no job. Most of them cannot go to school. Most of them are deprived in any way you can describe deprivation in Nigeria. So I think that with the attitude of the Elder Statesman, the youth should know that they have been recognized. And their clarion call has been attended to. But let the government also extend a hand of fellowship and let us go back to the drawing table and address those issues. Because I am telling you, the issues those people are striving for is present in all the 774 local governments in Nigeria. It is present, but the way we address issues, each of the geopolitical zones is different from one zone. In the southwest, the way they do it is different. In the northeast, it's different. We all know what happened in the north. In the north central, it is different. So the government should use the Anambra example, the southeast example, as an opportunity to be open to Nigerian youth, to be open to a lot of people that have been inside and bring Nigeria together again. They should not look at it for the fact that what are they saying. Some people, some people don't want to hear anything about resorption or anything about. Look, there's a societal problem in Nigeria today based on our classification, and until we attempt to solve that problem, unfortunately, we may continue to have groups like this in the southeast and in all parts of Nigeria. Right.
Let me take it back to BKO before we proceed to the other issue for today. Chief Mbazulike Amaechi, alongside some other Igbo leaders, met with Mr. President recently and begged President Muhammad Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu. This is one of the issues that these guys are asking for. But do you think if Nnamdi Kanu is eventually released, different issues are actually springing up? The Nnamdi Kanu that we know might be able to stop the Tom and Jerry game, it plays with the federal government.
It's difficult to say, but I think from some of the comments, remarks emanating from him from detention, I have every reason to believe that he's not happy where he is, and he's an adult. He knows that if he must get out of where he is, something must give. The government cannot negotiate from the position of a weakling. They have him in custody. They brought him to court. He's facing trial. So the government will want to extract some commitment. And that was why this elder statesman told Mr. President that, look, the things that he used to say, the things that he used to do, I promise you, if you release him to me, he will no longer say those things. I'm respected in the Southeast. He will listen to me. So government has said through the Attorney General of the Federation, and in fact through the President, that the possibility of dialogue being used to solve this problem is there. But the President also said he does not like to get involved in the work of the judiciary. Of course, that's a political statement that he made. If he wants to terminate the trial, all it takes is for him to tell the Attorney General to withdraw the charge or enter a nolle prosequi or something. The Attorney General, by law, is permitted to terminate any criminal matter without even explaining why he did it to anyone. It's only the president that is responsible to, and even the president cannot delegate the work, the functions of the Attorney General to anybody. That's how powerful, that's how strategic his position is. So all the president needs to do is, okay, Alami, withdraw that matter so that we can now face peace. And we've done that before in this country. We've told that part before in this country, and we reaped the positive dividends. You know, even I've said before that there was a time that the Niger Delta Avengers were sabotaging Nigerian pipelines all over the place. Not just pipelines, even export terminals. And when you do that to a country, how does the country export? They brought down our capacity, not just our production capacity, but our capacity to export. And if OPEC gives you the quota of 2,200,000 barrels a day, and they reduced it, they caused it to be reduced to 500,000 a day. That is significant. That is, I mean, it amounts to bleeding the economy, a huge hemorrhage on the economy. And we had to talk to them. It wasn't force that we used. We tried force initially, but you know, to do all of those things, you don't need a large army to sabotage pipelines. It could be one or two boys that will do it. So you get there, you find out you can't see anybody. So we had to now talk to those boys. They reached out to them using the VP and the former Minister of State for Petroleum, Kachiku, and the whole thing stopped. I mean, when was the last time that you heard that an export terminal was breached by Niger Delta militants? So sometimes this kind of dialogue can help you achieve what the barrels of the gun can't achieve. So.
Tunde Abaton, well, the thing is, some people are really pained with the sit-at-home order. A lot of things that have actually, you know, gone on in the southeast. Some will also say we lost our families. I lost my goods. A lot of things were destroyed. So I need compensation, reparation. Do you see these people? You know, when others embrace dialogue, others will say no. How do we get compensated?
Well, I think the most important thing is that I think in this country we should not just personalize things. Solving the problem of agitation in the southeast that brought about IPOB should not be limited to Nnamdi Kanu as a factor. Yes, it's one of the principal moving spirit behind that agitation, but when you release him, it does not stop that thing. So the best thing is that let us make an attempt to genuinely address that issue that led to that agitation. 6 or 7 years ago, before the Niger Delta crisis started in Nigeria, you can hardly see any Nigerian going about. People are going about their normal duties. They want to do their business. They want to do anything. They are not bothered about whether the president is elected 5 years or 10. But economic deprivation can lead people to a lot of things. So we should not personalize it. We should see it beyond the Nnamdi Kanu. The government should go the whole hog and embrace peace and embrace dialogue and encourage the 5 states in the southeast, so that the thing is prevalent in the other 5 states, to find way of accommodating the complaints and grievances of those who have lost properties, right, and compensate them. I
understand we have someone standing behind the line, Ololade from Ilorin. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. What do you have to say?
Good evening. Thank you very much. I'm actually Ololade from Ilorin, Kwara State. First and foremost, I want to condole Nigerians about the demise of Senator Joseph Wayas, who is an elder statesman and the second Republic Senate president, who coordinated a parliament of 5 political parties: UPN, MTN, DMPP, PRP, and NPP. So during their time, they those who were party led to the board, and they were also a Democrat to the board. The views of the opposition were heard in the floor of this National Assembly.
Yes.
So I want to condole the people of this country for the loss of that elder statesman. On the security of the Southeast, I will want to appeal to the federal government that the passionate appeal being made by the elder statesmen, they should please listen to them and release an Kanu Because what they were witnessing now is what they don't bargain for. That's the Elder Statesman.
Right.
So, but what I want to say at the same time, if it work out, I want to appeal to the Southeast people to maintain peace and order. Because their people are suffering for it economically.
Yes.
So,
Right.
that's my take. This
Right.
evening.
Thank you
Thank
Thank you very much, Ololade from Ilorin. Thank you so much for that contribution. Well, it looks like the entire Nigerians are actually bargaining for peace.
Yes.
And do you see these, in the nearest horizon?
Peace is possible, but we must work for it. We must work for it. We will only achieve peace when we work for it. As I said today at the NIPR event, that we have the same ethnicity, that we have the same religion, is not a guarantee that we will live peacefully. Somalia is an example. Somalia is basically 100% Muslim. But you and I know that there is no peace. So they are one people, but no peace. So we have to not take peace lightly. We have to work for it. Either in the northeast, either militarily, we must work for it. And in the southeast too, we must explore all means to achieve peace. Let this old man, the only surviving First Republic minister, not go into his grave full of regrets that he left his region,
In chaos.
in chaos. That's not how he would want to go. He want to go peacefully and be happy that he left his region in a peaceful state.
Well, that's a very much of a good message there from Mbazulike Amaechi studio. You watch.